What's up, everybody? Happy Friday. Hope all of you are having a great day today. Getting into this episode of GH. I ain't gonna lie to you, my heart breaks for Dante. Like, Dominic is killing this storyline right now. Like, the emotions that he's giving off is so real, it's so raw, it's so accurate. You could just see the pain in Dante's face. You know what I'm saying? You can hear it in his voice. Like he is just a grieving man, and he's showing the real side of grief. Him, Nancy, they're giving it. You know what I'm saying? Like, they are bringing it. Um, when BLQ found him outside, and she was like, "Oh, it's cold out here." That man couldn't even feel the cold. He don't feel anything right now. You know what I'm saying? He could be standing outside with a t-shirt on and a blizzard right now, and he wouldn't feel a damn thing. That's how numb he is. And when you lose somebody that close to you that you love, you feel that numbness. You could poke a pin in somebody's arm right now. They wouldn't feel a damn thing. They wouldn't even say ouch. You could burn them with a cigarette. They wouldn't feel a damn thing. That's how pain is. That's how grief is. When you go through that kind of pain, you don't feel anything else. You know what I'm saying? Nothing else matters to you in that moment. Because that's all you feel is pain. That is crazy. Like, he is giving it though. I swear to God, the Emmys next year, there better be an Emmy with his name on it. There better be an Emmy with Nancy's name on it. I'm just saying that's how great they're doing. And I'm not even surprised that they're bringing it because they always deliver, always deliver. Um, Honestly, I get where Alexis is coming from. You know what I'm saying? Like, she wants to start making plans right now. I understand that. But here's the thing. I feel like all of this talk about guardianship, custodian, custody of the kids and all that, I feel like that could wait until at least after the funeral. Let's get through one thing at a time. Like, let's get through Sam's memorial first. And once the dust settles from that, then we can start talking about custody of the kids and where they're going to live full time. And you know what I'm saying? Talk about that afterwards. Now, I feel like it's not the time to be discussing this. And furthermore, I feel like the people she needs to be discussing this with, which I'm sure she will, should be Drew and Jason. Those are the two people she really should be talking about, as far as where the kids are going to stay. Jason, I could kind of see him giving in to her and letting Danny go live with her, but Danny's a teenager now. I feel like he's old enough to have some input. Maybe not have a vote, like a total say. The final decision probably wouldn't be his, but he does have a right to voice his opinion about where he wants to go. He's old enough, I feel, to make have that input. I ain't gonna say make that decision, but have that input. But I could see Jason giving in to her and letting Danny go stay with her full time and stuff, and him still being around and having visitation. Drew, it ain't gonna be so easy. I feel like he would definitely give Alexis some pushback on this. Because at the end of the day, with Sam being gone, custody does kind of fall on the biological fathers. It falls on Drew and it falls on Jason now. So she definitely would have to run this past them and get their permission and talk with them. But I could see this, knowing Alexis and knowing Jason and Drew, I could see this getting a little ugly. You know what I'm saying? Like, I could see it getting a little, more so with Drew than Jason. But I could see it going to court. I could see it going there. Hopefully it don't. I hope it don't. You know what I'm saying? For them kids, for their sake. But I could see it going there. Um, I'm pretty sure, I know Dante's having a hard time with this, and I know he feel like he couldn't possibly take care of the family and the kids and stuff by himself without Sam. But at the end of the day, it's obvious that he would want the kids all to stay together. You know what I'm saying? But the problem is Dante doesn't have a say in that, seeing as how those kids are not biologically his. You know what I'm saying? So legally, he wouldn't have a say. But if he really want them kids to stay with him, I don't see why they shouldn't. You know what I'm saying? Like, if everybody else could agree on that, I don't see why they should have to leave their home. You know what I'm saying? Dante has definitely stepped up and been a great father figure for them kids. He was doing stuff for those kids that their actual father should have been doing, but they weren't. I mean, Sam just died, and look at Jason, off on a mission. Look at Drew running around sleeping with his nephew's wife and worried about his little failing poll numbers. That's all he's worried about. That's all they both are worried about. Themselves doing whatever the hell they want to do. You know what I'm saying? They're not thinking about these kids. They're not thinking about these children. Never have, because them kids always had Sam. They always had Dante. You know what I'm saying? So Drew and Jason never had to really worry about the kids. Hell, Jason himself even said that he felt Danny was better off without him. He felt Danny and Jake were better off. I mean, if you talking like that, that's why I feel like Jason wouldn't put up much of a fight as far as like letting Danny go stay with Alexis. He wouldn't put up a fuss about it because he just felt like them kids belong with their parents or grandparents or whoever. You know what I'm saying? So I don't see nothing wrong with Alexis wanting them kids to stay with her at this point. I just feel like it's not the right time for that conversation. But yeah, watching Dante with that engagement ring and stuff, it was just hard. You know, that was just hard. But he gonna come through. He gonna come out from the other side of this though. He gonna get back to his old self. You know, his life ain't never gonna be the same for him, but he gonna pull through. You know. Moving on from that. Here go BLQ and Chase talking about this damn baby again. I have a funny feeling that she has a child already. I just got that feeling. And I think it could possibly be Gio. I think if they really want to do a good story, that would be the story that they would want to go with. You know what I'm saying? I think that, you know, if it's written correctly, I think that can cause a lot of good drama. You know, especially between him and BLQ and Gio. It could cause some issues. You know what I'm saying? Like, I definitely feel like it would cause something. You know, Tracy definitely gonna have an input. You know, she gonna have some say. I think it could be good if written correctly, because all this baby talk and all this and the way that she was acting around Gio, I could see them going in that direction. I could. You know, and them giving some type of reason as to why she gave the boy up. I mean, during that time, if she had him, it would make sense because she could have had Gio when she was a teenager. Because remember, BLQ did have that rebellious phase years ago when she was running away and doing all that stuff when she was a teenager. She did do that. So it's possible she could have got knocked up during that time because she had a really rebellious teenage life. You know what I'm saying? So I think that was like around 04, 05, I think. I could see that working. I can see it working. It's good to hear that Finn and Violet are doing well, and you know Finn is back on the mend. You know he's keeping himself clean, and Violet was happy to see him. So I'm happy that we got that update. As far as Chase and BLQ, I think they should be childless right now. As far as them having a baby of their own right now, I feel like that could wait a little second. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's put that on the back burner. Like, they sitting here talking about trying it the old fashioned way and, you know, checking her cycle and all. I'm like, listen, can we back burner that for a while? Just let's table that. How about we talk about that in another 6-7 months? You know, let them just be married and settled. You know what I'm saying? Because as soon as they got married, they had to take Violet in. So I'm like, they never really got a chance to be husband and wife and just be that. You know what I'm saying? They had to step into instant parent mode. Like, now that they're free of the kid, let them be free for a little while. So anyway, moving on from that. Tracy's reaction to find out Cody and Sasha are cousins was fucking hilarious. The way she busted out laughing. Tracy ain't shit. I was looking at her like, girl, you ain't gotta laugh at him like that. He just lost the love of his life. You do not have to mock him. I love when Tracy get back into bitch mode. I love it. She is hilarious. But she did say something though that she agreed, because remember I said it. I feel like Cody gave in too fast with Drew. I feel like he definitely shouldn't have took that $50,000. He definitely should have hit him up for millions. Even Tracy said it. Like, you got some good information sitting in your back pocket and you settled for $50K. No, I would have aimed a hell of a lot higher than that. I would have said at least $5, $6, $7 million. Because come on now, he don't want that information getting out. You can milk that. Like, what, you crazy? I would have got that coin. But I am happy that Tracy gonna help him with that $50,000. Like, she gonna help him invest it so that way, you know, make money for him. I love that. Because when people get some money, you know, you don't have a lot of wealthy friends or just people that know about finances help you out like that. You know what I'm saying? Because we all know Cody would have blew that $50K real quick. So I'm glad, you know, he got somebody to help him with that. Because he definitely going to need the help. Because that 50K, knowing Tracy, she could flip that 50K into a million. You know, she has been in the business world pretty much her whole life, so she knows the in and outs of, how to make your money work for you. So I could see her doing that. But I am glad her and Cody gonna work together against Drew. I think they should, take his ass down a peg or two. I don't see nothing wrong with it. Take him down. Because somebody need to knock that smug look off Drew face. Why not let it be Tracy? And I'm glad she got some insight into her family members too, because she already knew. She was like, listen, that's what Q men do. They philanders. That's what they do. They cheat. She was like, that's how they do. I would never really see Drew as a Q. I never will. Like, I would never accept him into the family, to be quite honest. He's just too smug for me. I mean, if it was a different Drew playing it and they was playing it a different way, I might, like when BM's Drew was here, I could believe he was a Q, but this one, nah. And I had high hopes for Cameron Matheson when he first got here. Like, I was, hoping that he was going to, put a different, maybe a little spin on the Drew character, but he's been a disappointment as Drew. I can't totally blame the actor though. I mean, it's kind of the writing for him, that's not making him too great. But his acting choices too in this has been a little cringe. Some of his facial expressions and stuff had me a little, like, okay, I had me questioning for a minute. Anyway, moving on from that, let me tell y'all, having Rick Lansing back on the show is a breath of fresh air, because the way he lit into Anna, I'm here for it. Like, he left no crumbs with her. I love how he got in Anna's ass, because he was like, listen, either you are going after Ava with malice or you are being naive to the criminals that you hang around. Here she go, oh, I did nothing wrong. He was like, oh, so naive it is then. I say, you better get her ass, Rick. You better get her. Because the problem with Anna is she got one foot in law enforcement, the other foot in the underworld. You can't be friends with the criminals that you vowed to take down. You know what I'm saying? Like, you just can't. You got to be all in on the law enforcement side, or you got to be all out. Which one is it gonna be? Because you can't be halfway. You cannot. And I feel like she knew a lot of what Rick was saying was true. Like, come on now. Like, you just can't. I'm glad Rick lit into her ass, because I definitely feel like Rick could get the charges against Ava easily dropped, because a lot of that evidence can be tossed out, should be tossed out. The fact that Dante interviewed Ava and he's too close to the case because he's the brother of the victim. All of that evidence could get thrown out at the end of the day. So we already know Ava ain't going to no prison. She ain't going to serve a day. She ain't going to be up in no cell for 5 minutes. It's a lot of bias on that case. So I'm like, nope, get it tossed, Rick. Look at Jason riding to the rescue as usual. I'm glad Sidwell got away, because I like him as a villain, and I feel like this show definitely needs a villain. Like, it needs good villains. Like, we're never going to get the villains of old. I don't think we're ever going to get that level of villainy back, like with Helena, Faison, Mikos, Stavros and them, Jerry Jacks. Like, we're never going to get that type of villain, I feel. We could, if they wrote it correctly, we could, because I feel like that's part of what's missing, is that good villain. And I think Sidwell can be that, because I like his style. I like the way he does things. Because as a villain, he does his homework about the people that he's dealing with. He automatically knew who the fuck Carly was when he went up in the Q house. He knew who she was. And I like that. He does his homework on people. He don't just go into shit blind. I admire that. I'm loving Sasha, though. She's resourceful. She's definitely tapping into that Scorpio side. Like, she's definitely proven that she's the daughter of Holly and Robert. Like, the way she tried to find a solution and get up out that office by trying to go through the grate. I like that. I was like, go ahead. She tried to get through the ventilation system and stuff. I said, go ahead, girl. Get through the vent and stuff. Try to get out of there some way, somehow. I like that she's, using her head and trying to be resourceful. Because like I said, I've been seeing a different side of Sasha lately. And I'm here for it. Thank God Jason got to her in time for that bomb went off, though. I'm still somewhat surprised that Holly gave up them diamonds, but I still wouldn't trust her if I was Sasha. I still wouldn't, be all kumbaya with her just because she made some declaration of love that I feel is 30 years too late. And I feel like it is too late. It's like, come on now, you pick now to want to step up. Could have stepped up 5 years ago. Where the hell were you when she was going through all that she went through? Where was you at? So now you come in there now with this. Like, I'm just saying. But I'm glad her and Robert shared that nice little hug and stuff. I definitely can't wait to see more of Robert and Sasha's relationship. I can't wait to see it grow. Hopefully, Robin pops back in for an episode or so to get to know her sister. That's what I would love to see too. Is for Robin to come in and get to know Sasha and stuff like that. For them to start talking, at least for a couple episodes. But I really don't think Kimberly is coming back anytime soon, if ever. I really don't think she would. It's possible though. It is definitely possible. But anyway, that was pretty much the whole episode. Hit the comment section. Let me know what you all thought, and I will see you all later. Hope you all have a great rest of the night. Hope you all have a great weekend. I'll see you all later. Peace.